What's good? I'm Day. If you don't know me already, I help people self actualize. It's what I do. Meaning, I help people reclaim their humanity, reclaim their power that was robbed from them by the system, so that they can go and pursue their purpose in excellence. Listen, today I just want to discuss something that's super simple yet profound. It's your humanity, what it means to be a human being, and why being a human is the most special thing of all time on this planet, on Earth. You see, what they don't tell you is that you have a special power inside of you, one that can shift the world. Literally, you can shift the world, you can change the world. One woman, one man can be the start of changing the world. Or somewhere along the lines of Earth already being transformed in a profound manner, you play a very significant role in the development and the betterment of humanity, no matter who you are and what you come from. I don't come from anything good, but I used all of that. I alchemized that negative energy in order to create and manifest this beautiful life that I have here. And I said this in my last video, but all that you see right here and wherever else I record in the future that is beautiful, scenic, and represents me because it is my internal world already. Long before I manifested any of this that you see here, and even the person talking to you right now, like his perspective, his current perspective, I already was this person before any of this stuff physically arrived. Any of it. I was this person. I was just talking to my cousin about this. Like, when you truly begin to understand who you understand that no matter what your circumstance is, even if it's super shitty, even if destruction is all around you, like the people that are dealing with genocide in Gaza, even if you're a child, a man or a woman over there dealing with um, horrible circumstances, you can still utilize it in order to become a greater person and tap into your life's purpose and use all of that negative energy in order to change the world for the better. I promise. That's the truth. It really is the truth. You see, what the system doesn't want you to know is that you as a human being are God. And I'm not talking from this religious aspect. So any idea that you have about a God, I'm not telling you to get rid of it right now, but put it on the shelf for a second. Realize that an external power is not something that has to do with you. An external power and you giving yourself over to it and looking for some kind of answer and revelation from it so that you can latch onto it and basically ride that external force into some sort of heaven or some kind of better life. That's the trick right there. You are the source that you can go to at all times. You are the source. And when you tap into yourself and you grab hold of your humanity, it will guide you to not just your dream life. It's not about the luxury. It's not even about what you can perceive with your five senses. No, this is a very spiritual thing. It's really about you tapping back into who you always were before you even arrived here in this lifetime. You were robbed by the system from the opportunity to be able to change the world. That's why they stick you in a system. That's why they stick you in a school. That's why they stick you in a job. That's why they have you praising capitalism or just simply being a slave to it and having to show up to a 9 to 5 all the time in order to maintain a title, a certain amount of money so that you could provide for yourself and your family. I'm not saying money is not important in this life. I'm saying that money is something that is a tool, it's a means. And when you use it as a means to just simply survive, you've lost the plot. You've lost the plot. Because one, it's paper, it's an illusion, or it's ones and O's in a bank account. And on your cell phone, if you're using Apple Pay or anything like that, whatever the hell is going to exist in the future as well, shit is, it's not real. The only thing that's really real is your value that exists within you and all the other human beings around you. And if we could get back to a time where people traded that value, then we would see human beings being humans and the world being a much better place than it is right now. You see, capitalism robs people from the opportunity of displaying and sharing their humanity with one another for the most part. It's unfortunate. It really is. But to be a human being is so special because there's nobody like you. Now, there's like minded people. There's people who do something similar to you when you tap into your gifts. Like me, for example, I'm an artist. There's many artists around the world, obviously, many profound artists that I take and draw inspiration from directly. However, nobody can do it like me, and I can't do it like them. They're special. And then you have all these other people that do things that I just could never do. I could never do, and I don't care to try to do them because they're not for me, right? Same with you. You have something very special that I don't possess, special gifts and abilities, and a perspective that I absolutely need. And if there's a paywall in between us, and if there's a system between us that's stopping us from sharing that humanity, that uniqueness with one another, how the hell is the world supposed to spin the way it's supposed to spin? We're the ones who actually are responsible for generating abundance on this earth and maintaining its beauty and developing more beauty on top of it. In Earth's nature already, just if you didn't create anything, it's already beautiful. Earth is already creating itself. Humanity, in many ways, not just you and I really mean colonizers, have capitalized, monopolized um, the planet. And it's unfortunate because their system of colonization has bled off into the minds of people, especially in this generation, because it was what we were taught. And history was erased in many ways so that we don't get back to our true humanity. Because there were civilizations that figured this out, that knew this already. They did. And you can go in history and look. They obviously were on a system of trade. I'm not saying shit was all, peaches and cream. I'm not saying that life didn't have its struggles and hardship and that humanity wasn't doing other dumb shit during that time. I'm not saying there was. Uh, I'm not saying that there wasn't a system in place that was robbing people from something. But at the same time, we can look back and get answers to the questions that we may have about humanity. And when you dive into who you are as a human being and understand that you play a vital and significant role in this life, something changes in here completely. And when something changes within you, especially in your mind, you have no choice but to act on those thoughts on a micro level and then eventually on a macro level. I remember being really young and I just kept questioning the system. I just kept questioning. And I kept fighting against the people in my life all the time about, what I felt like I was supposed to be doing. I just didn't have the answers and I didn't have the experience in this lifetime. So I couldn't combat these adults around me that were arguing in the opposite direction of my thoughts. And I just remember one day I said, I'm not going to listen to this shit anymore because these people they're not changing the world. It's as simple as that. They're not changing the world, and I want to do something great. And when you watch documentaries like I do, I watch documentaries on uh, artists around the world and activists, philanthropists, all kind of people just change the world in some type of way. It doesn't mean the person wakes up and literally they just do something and then the whole entire planet is just completely different. No, 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 no. It's really thought leaders Even if you do something physically, let's say you build something, you do something innovative, and you give it to the world, it's not about the tool per se. It's about the ability, it's about you displaying the ability to build that tool, to build that system, whatever it is that you build in order to help humanity. It sparks something within your spectators, the ones who truly want to be something, not the ones who are hating. Not talking about them motherfuckers. I'm talking about the people who want to move forward with their life and tap into something deeper, something more profound. When you show people that you can do it and that you did do it, it the physical manifestation of it is like the cherry on top to show people like, oh, this is really a thing. Like you really did it. But beyond you doing it, you've been saying this already when I, follow the breadcrumbs. You already had this in mind and you've manifested it physically, but you were manifesting it the entire time because it's who you were the entire time. Now I get it. I get you, person who has done this thing. It's always a journey, and you have to backtrack the person's journey in order to realize who they truly are and what they have done. And that shifts your perspective profoundly. I'll give you one example of why I pursued my artistry relentlessly and truly believed that I can make it. Now, my perspective has changed since then, but this is the foundation of it. You see, at first, when I was younger, I thought that doing this artist shit was about fame and fortune and all the other things that are propagated in the media, right? I just wanted to be somebody cool that came from what I come from and to just display to other people that, yeah, you can do it too. But I really wanted to just be on a stage and just do my thing. That's a lot of people's dream. But that matured over time. And the original foundation of that belief came from watching Tyler, the creator, the rapper, the music artist. He's more than a rapper. The music artist, the visionary, the musical innovator. I believe Tyler, the creator, is a musical genius or artistic genius, I should say. I believe that Tyler could do a lot better with his music in many ways. And if you ever watch this, I would love to help you with that. But Tyler is from Hawthorne, California. And I had to grow up there, unfortunately, during my high school years and my young adult years. We moved from Inglewood, which is right next door, my family and I, to Hawthorne because it was all that my mom could afford at the time. And I remember being about 16. Yeah, about 16. And Aunt Future Wolfgang was just this thing that exploded in the community. But I was there from the inception, basically, looking at and listening to all the shit that they were putting out at the very beginning because my friends at the skate park around the corner from my house, a lot of them knew people from Odd Future, knew Tyler, and they, shared those links online, and I started clicking them, and I was like, damn, this is amazing. Like, I was already writing music before that, but this gave me like so much fuel to just pursue it as a kid because they were kids as well. They were my age. And then out of nowhere, one day, probably a year after they had like were putting stuff out consistently online, I remember they got on Jimmy Fallon and they were on live TV. I saw the advertisement for it. I don't remember what the ad was. I'm sure it was on Tyler's Tumblr or some shit like that. But I turned on the TV thinking that it's going to be something very small, maybe some kind of advertisement about our future or something like that. Not really a performance. And it was a performance. And I couldn't believe it because these young niggas that do the same thing that I do, that live right over here, are there on TV doing what I want to do. I Something changed within me that moment that I saw that. I really sat back and nobody understood like what I was really feeling. I probably didn't even communicate it, but I really, really woke up the next day and was like, no, we're going to do this. And I started getting very serious about my craft, like very, very serious. I started doubling down because I was experiencing FOMO. I was like, I need to go and do this. And to this day, that has been the inspiration for me at the foundational level. That changed me profoundly. And now, where I'm at, the younger me wouldn't even comprehend what I'm doing. He would be like, what the hell? Like, what? This is so cool, but like, what is it? Like, what are you actually doing, bro? Because we were supposed to just be on stage, like doing some stuff, but you haven't even been on like world stages yet. And you're doing this whole like content thing, and you're like talking to people online about bettering themselves. Like, what is this, bro? What is this? And if I was to answer that younger version of myself, is I took it further than what we first envisioned. Like, I am chasing the absolute manifestation of exceptional uh, humanity. Like, I want to be one of the best human beings on the planet right now. And that doesn't mean that I'm better than other people. It means that I want to impact the world in such a profound way. I want to contribute to the world in such a profound way, because my greatest teacher, my greatest master that I've ever sat under is Michael Jackson. And Michael Jackson has a lot of fanatics. So when you hear people talk about him, you get all the same obsessions, and they buy the memorabilia and they copy him in many ways and all this shit. And it's like, I know about a lot of Michael Jackson shit, and we all used to do the dances as kids and all that stuff, but it's like, no, 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 no. That's the media stuff. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the things that you can only discover and pick up if you're really reading a Michael Jackson autobiography, or if you're listening very close to some interview that he gave that is slept on and people don't really like listen to it like that, and they skip over it and try to get to the entertainment and shit. I, I'm talking about really sitting under the master as if though I knew him personally. Like, I did not know him personally. I was a kid when he passed. I was like in the 10th grade. It's not about that. It's about observing him from afar as a master artist and realizing why his impact was what it was. It's not because of his talent. The talent got him far, but there have been many people who have come after Michael Jackson that have danced far better than Michael Jackson, and there's music artists who sing better than Michael Jackson and make even better music than Michael Jackson. Just because he started a certain wave in the artistic industry, in the music industry. But I say the artistic industry in general because he's inspired so many people outside of music. So they took it further than him when it comes to their craft in many ways. Many people, like Chris Brown, is arguably a better dancer, right? Even though he's a piece of shit. He is a far better dancer. But Chris Brown's impact is nowhere near Michael Jackson's, because Michael Jackson was not a piece of shit. All that pedo stuff that niggas was talking about, like, that's, if you even believe in that, go do your homework. I'm not even gonna talk about that. Michael Jackson's impact is far greater, and that's what lives in people's hearts. That's the reason why you go on TikTok and you type in Michael Jackson baby crying, and you'll see all these kids like crying, coming to the realization that Michael Jackson is dead and that he's not here. The newest generations of children still love Michael Jackson and mourn the fact that he is gone. Do you know what kind of impact that is? It's profound, and it's because behind closed doors, Michael Jackson was an amazing and terrific person who cared about humanity. He understood his humanity, and he cared for others in this world. He was going to hospitals and visiting the kids and helping the sick and all that. He was making sure that he donated his riches to a bunch of foundations in order to better humanity, to heal the world. He literally has a song talking about heal the world, make it a better place. Like, this is something that I truly understood, that I took from. And I said, I have to do that in my own unique way. How can I do that in today's age? And it looks like this. Simply talking to people. I have a gift. I can communicate something very complex to people. Self-actualization. And my many thoughts around that communicated to people in live time. and help them get the results that they want. The ones that I wanted when I was younger, yet I had no roadmap as to how to get it. I'm here to make it very clear for people. I'm here to help people navigate on their journey so that we can better the world together. That's what this shit is about. It's not about me like doing all of this music stuff, all this art stuff. Like, it's really not. That's just a tool along the way. At the core, it's really about helping the world heal, truly helping people. I'm not here copying Michael Jackson. No, I'm just literally inspired by his thoughts. And I understood who I am at a certain point on my journey. And I said, oh, I can do the same thing. That's right. I can actually take it further than Michael Jackson, because if he was standing right here and we were having a conversation and I said, is it possible for me to take it further than you? He would say, absolutely. You need to. You need to. This is where I made mistakes. This is where I went right. You should probably try to head in this direction, apply these principles, do it your way. I can just hear him. I've listened to him so much talk about these things, like picking apart his interviews and the things that he's done, and I can hear Michael Jackson in my voice. I mean, in my head all the time. I can hear his voice in my head. I can hear him in my head as a coach, always telling me exactly what I need to do. And it's not some deep obsession. I'm not obsessed with Michael Jackson. I'm just really, really pressed on that impact. It is something that all of us are able to achieve in this lifetime in our own unique way. You are. That's why I'm making this video today. It's for you, because you can too. I am well on my way. I am well on my way. This here that this beautiful place that I get to be in, I'm in Albania. This place that I get to live in for however long I'm here. I hope it's for a long time. I'm here to do something significant in people's lives, online and offline. I'm here to be a statement in somebody's life, a positive statement. People never forget how you made them feel, especially when you impact. And you can impact negatively or you can impact positively. These days, I choose to be a positive impact. When I was younger, I spewed out a lot of negativity due to my frustration with my environment and my internal world. But today, it's so clear as to what I'm supposed to do. So I'm able to just project authentically my human nature, the beauty within me, my universe that I forged because I chose to make certain decisions in this world when a system was oppressing me and pushing against me and wanting me to fail. It wanted me to be another statistic. Oh, but I'm not. And neither are you. Neither are you. The only principle you really have to apply on this journey is the golden rule: treating others the way you want to be treated. That's the only thing that I would take from religion. That's pretty much the only thing that I would take from um, like Abrahamic religion, I would say, Christianity. There's other things like I definitely learned the most from the monks when it comes to religion, because it's not about religion when you listen to monks speak. It's about a lifestyle of internal transformation and presence, awareness, and I've gotten really, really good at that. Really, really good at that. Like, I'm meditating 24/7 because I understand the perspective of meditation and what it is. It's just presence. It's just being here, letting thoughts pass by you and realizing that there's a detachment from your thoughts, that you're not those thoughts and they're like clouds in the sky, and that you are the sky. Because the sky never changes. No matter how the weather looks, the sky never changes at all. If you ascend above the clouds in an airplane during a storm or anything like that, you'll realize, oh, the sun is just up here still. Life looks like how it looks right now here with these clear skies. It looks like that above the storm. That's you. That's me. The weather is the circumstance. Whether the weather is good or whether the weather is shitty, it's not you. There's a separation between the two. So when you realize your true identity, when you realize that you are stable and never changing, you tap into your humanity and you realize, oh, this is who I've always been. I was told that I was the weather. I was told that life is about analyzing the weather and placing my identity in that. It's just not true. It's just not. Never will be. You are the sky. Once I tapped into that, things change rapidly. I mean, I quantum leaped in my life after I realized that, because everything is about identity. If you think that you're a piece of shit, you're going to act that way. Whether you start projecting real negativity and you're a bad person and start hurting other people, or whether you just self-destruct, self-harm. Either way, you're still hurting people when you do that, because you're not contributing to the earth. You're just taking from it until you expire. But when you shift your perspective and you truly believe that you're the sky and that you're something so grand and unique and beautiful, then you project that into the world. You project beauty. You project true value. You start to realize that other people are the sky. No matter how they act, no matter what they do, you're like, in your true essence, that's who you are. You just don't realize it. So, with that being said, I want you to go outside today, no matter what the weather looks like, and I want you to just look up. And I want you to think about yourself when you do. That's why my brand is called Ascend, because I believe that we exist somewhere way up there. We exist somewhere way up there. I believe we come from somewhere way up there. Or we're a representation, a metaphor in this life, so to speak, for what is up there. There's something very special about you. I need you to unlock that. It's not something that you necessarily have to find because it's already there. You just kind of have to declutter. You have to declutter. And you have to reprogram this thing in your head. You have to reprogram your subconscious around your thoughts so that you can do what's necessary in order to declutter, to uh, I can't really find another word other than rediscover. Even though I said you don't discover it, it's just there. It's always been there. That's what you realize when you get to this side, is like, I was always this. In my most immature moments, in my most lost moments, I was always this person. It takes some work to get here, but really the work is so internal. And you have to go through physical things, challenges, and the shit they call trials and tribulations, I guess. Sounds very religious to me. But then also the very beautiful and great things. They don't talk about that. You need to experience beautiful things. You need to experience greatness in life, whether it's you actually going through it or witnessing somebody else go through it. You need to experience that. You need to observe it, is what I'm trying to say. Observe all angles of life and then self reflect and say, why did I have the opportunity to experience that? What, what was this for in my life? What's the meaning of this? And a lot of times people say it's not for anything and you're not supposed to assign meaning. There may be some truth in that, but you have the ability to, and assigning meaning can really help you. That's why, as humans, we create stories and stuff, fictional stories, because fictional stories do still help people because they're built on real life principles when they're well written, right? Movies and books and all kind of shit that are absolute fiction have real principles within them that can absolutely help you on your journey as a human being. They just can. So what I'm telling you is to take everything around you in the narrative that life is giving you and create a narrative within your head that allows you to push forward in order to help people. Some people believe this life is pointless and you can pursue or not pursue. Could be true as well, perhaps. But I think it's far better to just get up and do something really cool, because a lot of people haven't been, and the earth is spinning in this really ugly direction that a lot of us are not a fan of. But at the same time, like I said, even though the circumstance is shitty, we can still alchemize and use it for good. We can turn this into something beautiful. So I'm taking the state of humanity right now, the state of the world, and I'm choosing to do something really great with it because I believe in humans. I believe in me. I just do. No matter what you choose to do, I know that I'm going to do something profound to help a lot of people. I just am. I would rather die like this with my head held high in my nice costume, uniquely displaying who I am in hopes that people are inspired and encouraged by it so that they can do something profound as well that will benefit me and the rest of humanity. That's why being a human is special, because life is just special and you're a special character within it. You just got to get to a point where you really love life. Life is so precious. Don't let it go to waste. Don't let it go to waste. There's so much that you can do here. I promise. I think that's today's video. I love you. Peace.